the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Circuit Court Judge Samuel Bright Akwa and Anehun Abasem. This is the judge or remanded Kwame Bafo Abronye into police custody until September 19th, 2025. Now, one of the controversial statements APM said, at the time I remanded Abronye no, what you mean who say basis of which no o use so remanded Abronia or the quote be by and no ka say Mugabe quote Robert Mugabe, former Zimbabwean president quote say I can guarantee you freedom of speech, but what I can't guarantee you is freedom of speech. Even Robert Mugabe crapona make that quote a former military ruler of Uganda, Idi Amin Dada, aka quote no. Na me a reference a quote military ruler at the year basis upon ruling in a democratic society, then where's this nation go to? Honorable Afenyo Markin eko PMO Unimark. Political lab bia invited various leaders of all political parties on Babishia. Now, reference the statement of judge in court. The exact statement of the judges say he is running an animal farm democracy and a judgment in court. Now, say there's freedom of speech. Obia betima kaseti ano, but in practice there, obia nyobia in practice. It means that o kasatia obina nipani ni a certain pedigree dia ohunson. But o kasatia obina the person is an example, the IGP of the Republic of Ghana there, and a patch say ohunbachero. And now honorable Afenyo, is this what Ghana is coming? Yankodi Nkuti in some audio tudra.
They were in court. This is what the judge said. Listen to him. He's a judge. Listen to him. He says, quote, accused person before the court is facing 2 charges of misdemeanor. Misdemeanor is a lesser offense, an offense that means nothing, really. If you are convicted, it's a fine. Then you go home. This is important. It says, however, in this instant case, the court will not look at only the charges being misdemeanor, but will extend it to the position of the IGP. Of the IGP to the country. That is the head of the police service. The words which came from the accused person is likely to put the security of the nation into disrepute. Then he goes further to worsen the matter. He says, it is always said that all persons are equal are equal persons, but in practice, it is not so. Then he quotes George Orwell's satire, The Animal Farm. One of the commandments is that all men are equal, but some are equal than others. Translated into this case, all men are equal, but some are more equal than others. This is what the judge said. To remand Abronye into custody again. If you are a judge and you're remanding somebody into custody, what you are basically saying is that if the person is granted bail, he may not come to court for trial, or he would interfere in the investigation. The judge did not say this in his ruling. He says that the matter involves IGP, and all men are not the same. So if you are involved in a matter with somebody who is considered a big person in society, you go to jail. Such a dangerous precedent. If we don't talk about it, where would be our democracy? And ladies and gentlemen, I am privileged to have been part of ECOWAS Parliament. I have roamed through the sub-region. Ghana stands tall, but we can make it better.
To intimidate opponents. And the defense you always have them come up is that the law is the law, which is true. The law is actually the law, but if you weaponize the law, it becomes poisonous.
But why do you say they are weaponizing the law? I mean...
So you see, if, for example, you are utilizing bail conditions to punish people, you don't need anybody to tell you that's what you are doing. It's obvious. In our statutes, the bail is there to, for example, ensure that the suspect shows up when he's needed. Or the suspect doesn't go out to sort of undertake the same offense that he undertook, for which reason he's been investigated or is in court. But if you have a scenario where all these things are out of the way, but you can clearly tell that somebody is being held and given a bail condition that is unreasonable in order for him to be kept, for a longer period, that's a worry. And it's something that all of us should be concerned about, not just me, because you see, precedence becomes law. Precedence becomes law. And once we allow it to fester as a people, today it may be all these other people that have been treated in this manner, but you never know where the axe will fall the next time. And that is why the 23rd protest is extremely important. It is to simply draw the government's attention that, listen, be careful what you are doing, because it is the future of this country that is at stake, and not just about you getting excited for what you are doing. Pay close attention to the actions of this government. It is as if they get satisfaction from dragging their opponents. How many people haven't they dragged through such processes? How many of them are actually in court with charges that are being handled in court? So it's like their satisfaction is, let's drag you from your house, let's put handcuffs on your hands, let's take pictures of you, give it to our social media people to share and mock you, let's go and put you in the cells, let's give you a bail condition that is almost impossible to meet, let's arraign you before a certain court that we are sure we can get what we want from, and then push you up and down. Otherwise, why is Abronye in a Black Maria?
The police has said that they wanted to protect him as well. You'd understand that man commands a bit of some crowd.
Awesome. So you see, that goes to reinforce the point I made about weaponizing. So you can do the right things and still hurt people. So you see the way they've nicely said it is to protect him. It gives a certain sense of fine justification for that. But there are several ways you can do that. We've seen armed robbers, we've seen murderers being driven in smaller vehicles and less sophisticated vehicles than the Black Maria. Have you seen the gentleman, the immigration guy, the gentleman who murdered the immigration guy? Have you ever seen him in a Black Maria?
But you saw that he's almost mobbed.
But why is he not in a Black Maria? Even he is not in a Black Maria.
Would it be okay if he was transported in a smaller car? Doesn't make it any...
I mean, yes, it does. Because you see, you are basically showing the guy where power lies. That's what you are doing. And it's okay, but it is not okay for the future of this country. Because basically what you are saying is that, Abronye qualifies to be a future Iyoko or NIB boss. He does, actually. He has all the credentials. He does. He has all the credentials. And so if one day you treat him in this manner, and one day he also finds himself in a position like that, and he decides to, retaliate.
But he cannot abuse the law if the law is not.
But the law is being abused right now. That is the point. I don't think any...
Like you say he will be an Iyoko boss and therefore can retaliate in that manner.
Yes. But if you treat him in this manner, that's what I'm saying. Instead of us keeping quiet, all of us keeping quiet and allowing this to move in circles, we need to take this opportunity and nip it in the bud.
For this particular matter,
and stop it once and for all. You get what I'm saying?
For this particular matter in court, you'd agree that many, including people in the NDC government, have spoken against the reasoning that the judge gave. But does it make you feel any better if the judge is referencing consistency in his court, that in the Eswell government, he also had to remand persons under similar situation? Doesn't make you feel any better?
It's even strange sometimes when the judge is actually referring to his own rulings, which could be faulted anyway. It's quite strange. One would have expected the judge to reference much more other instances, other cases, because you could have erred in your first one. You understand? It doesn't mean that because you did one, which could be an error, you should repeat it because you have an opportunity to do the same. As for the judge's situation, I am hesitant to really take it up the way and manner I want to take it up. My concern is with the IGP. And I think that Mr. Yonu should just, realize that he is moving on a slippery ground. He should take it easy. Listen, there are more pressing issues, more critical. Have you noticed that in the past 3 months, the level of crime in this country, it is either a tribal war. We used to read tribal wars in social studies. Let me for you and I. We used to, when we were in basic school, we used to read tribal wars in social studies. In fact, in our lifetimes, we really didn't see tribal wars. But today, it's all over the place. You are having some here, we have this.
No, but the Kwanta tribal dispute existed even before
I'm
the
saying
IGP.
that,
Solar Kalbatuna as well.
I'm saying that, for some of us, we heard about the Nkonya fight 90 years ago, but really in our lifetime, once in a while, you hear. But right now, either you are hearing somebody has murdered somebody and put them in a gutter somewhere, or you are hearing armed robbers. Even highway robberies are back. Last night, I hear the Nkoko bypass, highway robbery. 3 days ago, the Kumasi Road, highway robbery. So there are more pressing things for the IGP to turn his attention to. The IGP went to Boko. His own vehicle was shot at. The gentleman who shot at his vehicle, he couldn't arrest them. He rather went to promise them police recruitment if they put out their arms. So for an IGP to use the law and his position to settle personal scores, I have a problem with it. But you see, we don't learn. Public servants and politicians don't learn.
Who does have a personal score?
We don't realize that. You see, we don't.
He doesn't have a personal score with Abronya, does he?
What is the issue with Abronya?
But it doesn't mean he has a personal score with him.
What is the issue with Abronya? If I defame you, if I call you names, what is the recourse in law?
MFI is the law student.
What is the recourse?
Well,
don't we have
that definitely is not a criminal
exactly.
thing.
Don't we have,
but is that a personal score?
If you read the facts of the matter, it is by extension that they brought the IGP matter in there. It's not the first cause. It's not the first. The two charges on which the two counts didn't have.
What are the issues behind the two counts? I want to know.
The conduct, his conduct.
What is it?
Well, the police didn't state in the conduct.
So you see, so the mere fact that no, but what is the issue? Just tell us. I mean, indicate.
I mean, he's your party member. You should have
the mere fact that even on this set we are struggling to put a finger on specifically what the issue is, beyond the fact that you don't like the guy, the way he speaks, and maybe his insults, which are pure moral issues and all of that. We are struggling. You are trying to push him into a certain space. Because if what I am hearing Abronya is being held for is what it is, then I'm sorry, Mr. IGP, the Ebuako North a party executive of the NDC is on video. The video is here, saying in clear words that he is going to kill Nanabi, the national organizer of the MPP. He's going to kill Afenyo Markin and other MPP people. He said it in Akwetia. He was in a white jalabia, and the video is here. The gentleman is still walking.
Has MPP taken it up?
Yes. A petition has been written to the IGP. He has done nothing about it. So you see, Kojo, you and I should be worried, Emifa.
But these conducts are not moral. I
am saying that you should be worried. You should be worried that if I miracles threaten you, like the Ebuako North guy has threatened the Afenyo Markins and Nanabi, and we send a petition to the IGP, he does nothing. But when it has to do about him, then he is all over the place trying to show somebody where power lies. We should be worried about that. For me, that is the only concern that I have. Mr. IGP, the time is taken. The days are moving, Emifa. You are going to be on the other side. You are going to be a civilian pretty soon. Are you going to be proud about what you are leaving behind? See, in the past 8 years, you and I have seen several IGPs come and pass and go. And I'm sure when they are home, there are things that they will sit back and say, did I do it right? And I think the IGP needs to do some reflection and ask himself, why is it that I'm selectively applying the law? We were here when Azoka threatened Afenyo Markin on live TV, on your channel. They said they had arrested him. To date, nobody saw when, how, where Azoka was arrested. And yet, 3 nights ago, yesterday, and even this morning, the police have released statements with suspects they had arrested with handcuffs. We see Abonye every day moving up and down with handcuffs. How come we never saw the NDC guy in handcuffs? How come the NDC guys who are threatening everybody across the country are moving freely? That is where my worry is. You are selectively applying the law, and that is not law. That It's discrimination.
But at least the Attorney General, if anything Martin Pebo has been saying is anything to go by, the Attorney General says that today they were going to step in. You have an interest in
You
that.
think it's okay that we are the mercy?
Charges.
No, hold on. You think it's okay?
It's not messy.
You think it's okay that we are the mercy?
But it's not messy.
That we are the mercy and discretion.
It's not.
Now what is
messy.
it? No, but he's been remanded for 1 week. So if you say the Attorney General is intervening, it's messy. Thank him. We thank him.
Oh dear.
We thank him.
Let's talk about Bawumia.
The most important thing here is that the IGP should just be fair and apply the law equitably, or with equal arms or hands. Is that not the case?
Yeah, as the judge says, we are not equal before the law.
Why are we not equal? Why? Why do we have social classes? So as we sit here, what is the benchmark to determine your level and my level and Kojo's level, so that we can be measured and know at what point we will be picked up and at what point we will not be picked up?
You have a morale shirt on.
Yes. So I am protected. Maybe I should give
However, who's the complainant in this issue? In Abronye's issue?
I haven't come across that.
Okay.
But you see, it's a very legitimate...
Because if you commit a crime, the police can pick you. You don't need an individual.
I wanted to based on that to ask Miracle a question. Because Miracle seemed to be hard on the IGP. Instead of, because it wasn't the IGP who remanded him into prison custody. It was a court.
Oh, of course. But the IGP, you see, but the state goes to pray for the remand.
Yes.
The judge,
but it is left for the judge to say, I listen to your prayer or not.
But you know the matter. The lawyers of Abronye had actually been told what the issue is. In fact, they've been played a video where apparently Abronye was using certain words, which the IGP finds unpalatable.
Yes.
You understand? So we know what the issues are, and we know the facts behind these issues. And I'm saying that these are misdemeanor issues.
We get it. But it's not the IGP who says, I'm reminding you.
The IGP is the one, the IGP and the police are the one prosecuting the matter.
Yes.
So they are the ones praying the court for remand.
Yes.
So what are you talking about?
But it's left with the judge to say, or the court to say.
But we've read the judge quoting memes of Mugabe to make really. I don't want to see, I am hesitant
to attack the court
in picking on the court.
Right,
that's why I'm trying to stay out. But we've read it. I mean, if we have a judge using memes, memes, you haven't seen those memes, those Mugabe quotes, which are actually not Mugabe quotes.
Yeah.
Because that quote, for instance, is an Idi Amin quote. But if you have a judge using that, then, I mean, we are in trouble. We're in trouble. As for that judge, I'm sure in the next few days he'll probably get a promotion. Because if it is not for a promotion that he's doing what he's doing, then I'm afraid. I am so afraid that right now I don't even know what to say and what not to say, because you may never know. And when you are picked up in the morning, you don't even know which judge you are going to be presented to, and whether the judge is going to use the law or is going to use Mugabe memes.
Well, I think that honestly, Miracles will be all right, because he's not just because he belongs to a political party. We've had legal practitioners saying that for a misdemeanor, the way the matter is being handled is quite untoward. But let's get into Dr. Bawumia and his campaign. So, Dennis, one of the newspapers reported that Dr. Bawumia says that Ghanaians should forgive him. What for particularly? And that the Constitution this morning also says that we'll maintain Bawumia for 2028, Ashanti region speaks. If we have seen a new polls by a new researcher, Dr. Evans Dia, I think, which is putting Kennedy Japan ahead of Bawumia as opposed to Global Info Analytics. I've put all of these three questions together. What is Dr. Bawumia apologizing for? One, if that is true and the newspapers didn't misreport it. And two, if you've seen the polls that says that the sample size that Global Info Analytics used to put Dr. Bawumia as the front runner, the sample size is very small. And so he had increased the sample size and the numbers have changed. Have you seen the polls?
Let me respond to, let me use his own response to deal with it. You see, as for the posters and all of that, I've always said it. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia pays very close attention to the issues behind it and not necessarily the nominal numbers. Because as for the nominal numbers, data can be manipulated for whatever purposes. But what are the people saying? So any polls that comes up, we take it, we go through it. What are the people saying? What are the feedback? We also test it. And then where we need to tweak, where we need to improve, we'll do that. No doubt about it. Let me not go into the details of the polls. We have already started the journey. My godfather always tells me that when you are in the middle of the battle, that is not when you pause to think whether you want to fight or not. You're already in the battle is on. 31st January is just around the corner. I have absolutely no doubt in my head that based on the feedback we have received from the party people across the length and breadth of this country, the MPP as a party knows what to do. And Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is the one the party is going to settle on. That is without doubt. I mean, I have been in this party in my short time for a very long while. I have been through the mill. There's no level in our party that I haven't served at. I know the psyche and the thinking of the party people. Could you, beyond all the noise, all the chaos, all the back and forth, the MPP delegate has one thing in mind. Let's win 2028. So eventually when he goes to the ballot and is going to vote, all the things we've discussed and spoke about do not matter. Only one thing, who it is that is on this ballot that can win us power in the next 1,184 days. That is 2028. And that's Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, based on three things. Dr. Bawumia's conversation is based on three pillars. That he is the most prepared of all the aspirants. He is the most formidable of all the aspirants. And is the winnable of all the aspirants. And these three things are the things that matter to the party. That we don't have enough time. 2028 is just around the corner. Who amongst all the people asking us to make flag bearer is ready to take on the fight right from the get-go? That's Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. For 16 years, he's been doing politics in this country at the highest level. None of the aspirants can beat him to that. He has been down this journey.